Another episode here of Getting There with Guys, where we talk about the careers of athletes, coaches, media members, and more. And we've got not one, but two of the greatest indoor arena football players of all time. I would say that even if they weren't on this interview, that's how good these guys are. Joe Sykes, Tommy Grady, both joining us here as we're now less than a week away from the Albany Empire season kicking off for 2021. The Capital Region can't wait for the Empire to hit the field again. But for some of you who are listening, this might be the first time you've learned about Joe Sykes or Tommy Grady. Maybe you're listening in Central New York or up north. So let's start with this. I'm going to start with our guy, Joe Sykes, first. Joe, for those who don't know, take us how you got into arena football. We know West Virginia and Southern was the college route, but when was the first time someone said, yo, arena football might be an option for me?
Yeah, well, after I had did my stint in the NFL for 2 years, I had ended up in Green Bay. And it was interesting because the pay was real low, right? It was like $200. And as soon as I got there, I think I gave it like 2 or 3 days, and I was like, maybe this ain't for me. But I stuck it out long term, and I finished the whole season. Got a few Defensive Player of the Year awards, and then I ended up going to Canada. So I left for 4 years, but I knew the game, so then I came back in 2012 after I left CFL.
He reappeared.
Rookie, and I wasn't a rookie because I actually played that 1 year. So then I took off again in 2012. I played against Tommy. He was in Utah, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history as the all-time sack leader in the history of arena football. Tommy Grady, Oklahoma, Utah, some powerhouse D1 programs. How did you eventually find out that arena football might be your path?
So mine was back in 2009. I had my agent at the time hooked me up with San Jose. So I went down to San Jose and I did a workout with them, and they ended up signing me back in 2009. And then right when that happened, the whole league had folded. So I went to there was Arena 2 at the time. So I went and played 1 year of Arena 2 in Oklahoma City because I was familiar with the area. So I went and played there in 2009, 2010, and then went back to Utah in 2011, played for the Blaze for 3 years. But I just kind of fell in love with it. As a quarterback, it takes a couple of years to kind of get it, kind of understand it, and all the timing and all that stuff. But no, it was I had so much fun doing it. As a quarterback, you throw the ball every place. It's awesome. But I just fell in love with the game, and I've been playing since.
I want to stick with you here, Tommy, on that, because that was going to be my next question. You've already led me into it here, that transition period between outdoor football and the style that we're probably all used to seeing growing up to indoor football. You mentioned the transition was fun because you get to throw the ball like you want all the time with your backyard with your buddies growing up.
Exactly. I look back, and I kind of, in my rookie year, I kind of feel bad for the receivers because I was just out there winging it, and now that I know the game, I'm like, I wish I could have been better in my rookie season, but it takes a year or two to kind of learn this game, and learn all the different spacings, and I'm still learning, so I try to learn every day. But the funnest part is teaching the young guys and stuff is a whole different game than outdoors with all the speed and spacing. So it's just been a good journey for me.
Joe, how about you? The biggest adjustment from going from that D line from outdoor football to indoor football?
I would say the timing from the release of the quarterback throw is real fast, and then the angles that you have to rush. So instead of like a 5-yard rush, you got to get it down to 3 yards. So it's a lot of timing, and the ball come out super fast, as you've seen Tommy throw the ball. So that's the biggest adjustment for the outside, and you're real tight on the O-lineman. So you're right on his outside shoulder, and there's not a lot of room. You're playing in the box, so it's real tight in there.
Yeah, let's talk about each other's games because I think I'm going to enjoy this. And we'll start with Joe. Joe, describe Tommy Grady's game going up against him, and then Tommy, after Joe's done, I want to hear what it's like going after Joe Sykes and running away from him when he gets in your face. Joe, let's start with you, though. Give me the Tommy Grady scouting report.
My first time playing against Tommy, I was like, they was like, oh yeah, you playing against a guy that's 6'9", right? So
extremely good looking.
Hard to game plan for him, right? You got to have like LeBron or somebody out there in the scout team. So I was out there, and the quarterback was like 5'8". They was like, forget it, we can't, simulate this. So yeah, they was like, he get rid of the ball super fast, he athletic, And yeah, this was like what 12 years ago. So they had him as athletic. I mean, like he get out and run. I'm like,
smart
that ain't
coaches.
true. so he ran. Hey, he did get out of the pocket a little bit when I first started playing.
I used to scramble.
Yeah, so that was hard to defend because obviously he get the ball fast and it's hard because he had the ball up here. So it ain't like you got to jump up and knock the ball out. So he was shaking a lot of guys off. He was elusive. But the only thing I can do is just punch at his head that hopefully I can get him down and keep his eyes down from looking downfield. And but yeah, he's probably one of the best quarterbacks I played in 2012 when I came back. So
Tommy, same question to you. What was it like running away from Joe Sykes?
So I've been hurt 3 times in arena football and twice from Joe Sykes. I remember one year he was in San Antonio. He came around the corner. I think he punched me with his fist and kind of knocked me out a little bit. And then he was playing in Mexico in 17, and we had a little foot injury. But Joe's like, my wife's always like, whenever I decide what team I'm going to play for, my wife goes, is Joe going to be on your team?
that's true.
Joe just got like a superhuman strength, and I know the offense linemen don't like playing against him. So I played on his team, a few different places. So
yeah,
it's always a pleasure.
2018 and 2019, you guys were teammates, of course, of the Albany Empire. So let's go through that recruiting process. And Tommy, I'm going to start with you because you mentioned that both of you guys have played in so many different cities and so many different franchises. What was it like when you guys almost probably felt like teenagers again when you're getting recruited by Capital Region representatives to come play for the Albany Empire? What was that recruiting process like, and why did you pick Albany? And Tommy, I'll start with you.
So I was actually I was in Jacksonville at the time, and I really didn't have any reason to leave Jacksonville. I wasn't planning on leaving, and then the ownership group here, the original ownership group here, called me, and we talked for a couple weeks and it kind of negotiated, and then I came up here, and we liked it a lot here, so we bought a house here. We live here now, but it was just it's fun. It's always fun, especially when Joe already signed. They already signed a lot of guys, so a lot of guys on the team have been calling me for a week or so, trying to get me out here, and then so that kind of did it in for me.
Joe, what do you remember about your recruiting process? How they got you to land in the 518?
I remember Moss calling me, and he was like, "Hey, Joe, I'm the assistant head coach. I'm way in Idaho, and he was like, "Hey, Keith, go give you a call, buddy, in the next 5 minutes." I was like, "Cool, anything you want, Moss." We ain't got a quarterback, but I was just going off faith. I was like, "Okay, we can try to get Tommy." That's what me and Moss was talking about, amongst ourselves. So I signed. I gave my word. I signed. I came up here without Tommy, and I was like, I need Tommy on board. So whatever they did, they got him here, and the rest is history. Like I said, we work well together. We stay out of each other's way. I know what he gonna do on offense for me, and I know I'm gonna get him the ball. So that's how we work well together. So.
In that excitement, I can feel it. I know Empire fans are. Let's think back to that first game when you guys both make your debut for the Albany Empire. And Joe, I'm going to start with you. Take us through what it was like as a player when the Times Union Center was sold out. Antonio Brown and his dad, Eddie Brown, are on the field. What was that like as an athlete making that debut for that packed house inside the TU?
Wow, it was unreal because in arena game, like I said, it's certain stadiums that when you go, you get that feel, and Jacksonville had that feel for us too, and it's like no other. When we came out, I didn't know what to expect. I knew the Firebirds back in 2099, right? And they used to tell us about how they used to have the arena rocking. So when we came out, we was like, yeah, we got to put on a show. We were seeing the crowd, the smoke, and like I said. They shocked me, the Capital Region. So, and I just said I didn't want to play nowhere else in my career in the Capital Region. So,
Tommy, was it nerves? Was it excitement? A little mix of everything when you're the quarterback of that team and you start looking around and realizing there's no open seats in the arena?
It was awesome. So I had kind of mixed emotions about it because I showed up about 4 days before the first game. So I'm the type of guy that likes to be overly prepared. And I just thought the atmosphere was amazing. The fans were great. Everything was great. But I got there 4 days before the first game, and so I had to try to cram as much stuff and get a feeling for receivers and stuff. So I think it took us a couple games to actually get going in 2018. But once it all got going, it was money after that. And obviously there's not a better place to play in arena football than the Capital Region here.
Yeah, 2018 is a good year. You guys win the regular season, but unfortunately can't bring home the Arena Bowl championship. Different story in 2019. The celebration takes place. You guys are arena champions. And Tommy, I'll start with you. How about that when it comes full circle from showing up less than a week away from kickoff? Then 1 year later, you guys are getting to celebrate on the field with the Capital Region, your teammates, and everybody else in 2019. What was that like?
It was awesome, man. We had a full year to prepare. We've been around each other. I think there's a few missing pieces that we didn't have the year before. We brought in, and the chemistry of that team was just amazing. All the guys got along. We had a lot of fun together. And obviously the fans brought it every game, and our home field advantage was awesome. So luckily we got to have the championship here and do in front of the home fans.
2019 was amazing for Joe Sykes. Records are broken, championships are won, and engagement happens. I mean, I don't even know how you want to rank 2019 for Joe Sykes, but that year in particular for you, Joe, must have been absolutely wild.
Yeah, I can say my professional career, that probably tops it all. On top of that, the engagement, and then we top it off with the championship, and we went out with a bang. And like I said, we had some unfinished business we had to take care of too. So we had it in the back of our minds when we got into camp. We wasn't messing around. Me, Tommy, and the rest of the leaders, we went into camp like we don't have this great team, but we need to, make sure everybody's on the same page. We paid attention to detail, like jumping off sides, like little things like that we had in 18. Penalties, we limit those, and we took it serious. Like we was on a mission. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we were trying to win every game. No lie. We didn't want to lose, but it was an eye opener when we lost in Philly, going into our bye week. But we got back on track and took it home from there. So it was a magical year for sure.
I know I speak for a lot of Capital Region sports fans when I say this, that I was so looking forward to 2020 when we were going to see the banner come down, this ring ceremony, the T-shirts, everything else. And I see you guys nodding your heads. I know you guys were all looking forward to that too. Yeah. But unfortunately, 2020, in late 2019, the news comes out that Arena Football, the league itself, is going to cease operations. From your guys' perspective, Joe, I'm going to start with you. When did you start hearing that this could be a possibility? And what were your emotions like when you found out that Arena Football, the league that you knew, was shutting down?
We started hitting chatter in like October. In November, we try to have like a the leaders of the teams try to have a meet to salvage everything and see if we can come to some kind of compromise with the owners and see if we might take a pay cut, stuff like that with our PA. And lo and behold, was it December? Like the first week of December, they cut out down. Yeah, I was shocked. We was definitely go come back with our core and repeat. That's what we had in our mind, and so that was it.
So, same situation for you, same experience happening when you were finding out what the end of the league could be like.
Yeah, no, I found out like everyone else kind of on social media, and then the owners gave me a call and kind of explained everything. Me and Joe were kind of a little bit different than a lot of the guys because we moved up here and we had our families up here and stuff. So everything kind of came crashing down when they told us the team was gone. But I don't think it was anything our ownership group did. I think it was the overall majority ownership of the league. So I'm just happy I got an opportunity. It was an amazing atmosphere, especially in that championship game, just to be up here. And so I'm excited to get a season going again. Hopefully get that arena looking like that again.
Yes, and that's exactly right. So for those who don't know, haven't been following the story, even though the Arena Football League has ceased operations, the National Arena League has launched. The Albany Empire, now a part of that, the same logos, the same colors. We got a little new twist on the uniforms and everything else. We're going to see one of you on the field and one of you coaching. So I'm going to start with Coach Joe Sykes first. All right, Joe Sykes, take us through this. I saw on social media you announced your retirement. Why did you decide to retire, and why is it coaching now for you instead of going back on the field?
because sooner or later I gotta walk away, and I don't
He's
want
old, man.
I want to be able to,
He called you old.
I want to be able to. I want the fans to be able to see something close to or resembling, to what I did. So I feel like why not show it and put the headset on right now and show. So, but they've been receptive. The D linemen they've been listening. They've been trying to soak it all in like a sponge, and it's been going well the last week and a half. So I'm excited.
With no disrespect for your D linemen and the guys who are going to be out there, we talked to you and I a little bit before we started recording, and I'll just address it now. Because you got a lot of love here in the Capital Region especially, fans are going to want to see one rocking that uniform again. I don't know if it's Instagram or Twitter or we want Joe Chance behind you from Joe, the pressure is going to come to put the pads back on. I don't know how you're going to react as soon as kickoff hits Saturday. Just be prepared.
They got my helmet ready. They I don't think nobody go wear one. I think they go try to save it for me. So that'll be so
it's gonna be like Willis Reed for the Knicks or Paul Pierce, man.
It'll be a reunion with me and Tommy again, if that happens. So it'll be great.
All right. So the retirement is official for now, unless enough peer pressure happens. Now, you, Tommy Grady, you were in an interesting spot because again, 2020, COVID-19 changes the world. People were wondering, you two especially, were on the top list of fans here that wanted to see put the Albany Empire uniform back on. You mentioned that you obviously live here in the Capital Region. Was there ever a thought of maybe retirement for you, or Joe always know you want to go back to the field?
I'm not getting. I'm a little younger than Joe, but I'm not getting any younger right now. So I wasn't planning. I wasn't planning on playing. Obviously, I do mortgages on the side. That's my main job right now, and so when my boss bought part ownership of the team, so that kind of influenced my decision to come back and play. Obviously, I miss it when you don't go from being in a locker room for 20 years and then not miss it. So now I'm excited to be around the guys again, around the atmosphere, and be able to play a little more football.
From an X's and O's standpoint, when Capital Region sports fans get ready to watch kickoff 7 o'clock inside the Times Union Center when the Albany Empire take on the Ontario Bandits, rules-wise, is it going to be pretty similar to what we saw in Arena Football, or Arena Football League, I should say, or rules different? Tommy, kind of take us through that. Is the setup kind of going to be the same?
So the rules are pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is there's no net. There'll be uprights for the field goals and stuff, but there's no you don't kick the ball off the net and return it like that. It either kicks it through the upright, which is 2 points on kickoff, or they're going to return the ball. So once the ball is in place, it's the same rules as Arena Football.
And Joe, are you expecting, even though 2021, the world's changing when we record this to next week and everything else, are you still expecting the Capital Region fans to be as loud and as rowdy as they were when you were actually a player on the field for the Empire?
Oh, definitely. Because the Empire is still a brand. So you still got familiar names and faces going to be around it. And we're going to try to keep that same culture and same energy. And with Tommy on the field, he going to be able to bring that into me, with my headset, like right on the sideline with him. We'll be able to bring
Joe's not fooling anybody. He's going to play.
All right.
I get 2 or 3 weeks of playing.
Yeah. But, yeah, like I said, no, I expect the same energy. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans are going to wonder this, too, about Arena Football League versus NAL, the competition and where it stands and everything else. I know it's probably hard to judge before the actual season kicks off, but I feel like as if you're a fan watching the game, competition and the actual quality of players out there, it's still going to be a high-level brand of football. And, Joe, I'll start with you. Like, you've seen different levels of Arena Football. These are still some real studs, some real players that are going to be playing for the Empire this upcoming season.
Absolutely. We got, like you said, all-time great, the GOAT, Tommy Grady. Then we have a fullback, all-time great. We have a upcoming receiver that's, top AFL. So you go see some highlights and some high-scoring offense. So, no, the talent level, because you got to think about it. Me and Tommy been in those positions when we was, like, young and rookies. And you still got to showcase your talent. It don't matter about the talent. You got to go out there and show what you got, because all eyes going to be looking, like, regardless. So, no, you want to put your best foot forward anyway and show what you got, regardless of what you think about the opposing talent. So,
No doubt. And Tommy Grady, we've known some of your wide receivers, whether they be Q Sims or Malachi Jones or Colin Taylor. Those are some of the names that got to be really popular here in the area.
Yeah,
Is there a receiver, a running back that maybe, of course, fans are going to want those guys to come back too because they're familiar with them. But are there some players that you've really kind of noticed and said, you know what, these guys in particular have had some really good practices and could be standouts for you guys as soon as week 1?
Yeah, for sure. Darius Prince, he's he's been a receiver in the NFL for a few years. Played in Philadelphia, played against us in the championship actually. So excited to play with him. Obviously, a lot of talent around the board. All those guys you just named, they're more than welcome to come back and help me out a little bit if they want. I've put a call into all of them. So, but we got some young guys out here that are going to try to prove themselves. And this is a league about experience and stuff. So we got a couple experienced guys, and we got a bunch of rookies that are need to pick up the game fast.
I feel like it. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, tell them about on your fullback. You got a new fullback that
Ross.
Yeah, he don't know about.
Yeah, Derek Ross has played with me for 3 years in Jacksonville, and I think he's all-time leading rusher in the AFL history and most touchdowns. I think he's got pretty much all the rushing records in the AFL. Yeah. So he's here, and he's everyone's gonna know who he is right when they see him. He's an exciting player. He does some antics on the field that everyone's gonna like. So
yeah,
he's always a fan favorite.
Wait a second. I didn't even know this. The all-time stat guy rushing when we're talking about the AFL is on the Albany Empire roster. That's my pick. Yeah, that's right, Joe. Like, I didn't know about him.
I said Derek Ross. I said it was another GOAT on his team. He's the GOAT of the running backs. Oh, yeah, Tommy Havin. Yeah, so he's not that bad. He's a scoring machine. He catch, run. Oh, so Tommy, he got it made a little bit. Like, he gonna have some help, so he'll be fine. Yeah.
Albany Empire fans, you've waited long enough. Finally, they are back on the field. For more information about the Albany Empire, get your tickets, root on the team, albanyempire.nal.com. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock inside the Times Union Center when they take on the Ontario Bandits. Tommy Grady, Joe Sykes, I know you guys are busy prepping for the first game of the season. Thank you so much for doing all these things. Joe, tell your wonderful woman in your life that I got to hop on her podcast. Tell Relly I said hello and all of them. Tommy Grady, tear it up. Go for like 6 or 7 touchdowns this week. Have some of these crazy wide receivers you're already trying to recruit show up at halftime like the pickup game. I can't wait to find out what this Albany Empire season has in store. Any other final messages? Anything else you guys want to say to the Capital Region?
Yeah. Go ahead, Tom.
We're excied to come out and check it out. It's gonna be fun. I know tickets are limited, but if you got a chance, get your tickets, come out of the game, and we'll try to put a show on for you.
Yep, go Empire next Saturday.